Hi guys, welcome to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to apply to study Occupational Therapy MSc in the UK, how I did mine and how you can do yours. So if this is the kind of video you'd like to watch, please hang in there and let's get right into the video. Guys, starting early will save you. Unfortunately, we've reached our threshold. Unfortunately, we can no longer offer you admission. So yeah, start early. I came in September 2021, but I started my application in February. I did not apply in February 2021, but at least I started gathering all the things I needed to apply. I applied in March 2021, end of March. And by the time I had applied, I was even getting, oh, unfortunately, we've reached our threshold. We can no longer take students. And another thing is, do not apply to one university, please. Don't apply. You don't want to just keep waiting. Oh, it's just one, and if they say no, you don't have any other option. Just apply to as many as possible. What you do is just put on Google universities in the UK offering MSc Occupational Therapy pre-reg to international students, and you have a few options. So now you tailor it down to what suits you the most. For example, tuition fee. Honestly, there's no point applying to a university that's £20,000 when your budget is like £16,000. Just save the energy for a school that that is cheap and you want to apply to. And then when you tailor it down to tuition fee, living expense, cost of living in the city is very important, because some schools are cheap, but then the city where the university is in is expensive. So you don't want that kind, unless it's something you think you can afford. Let's say if you're going to university in London, it's very expensive, so you check all of that. The 5 documents that they requested from me was my transcripts, my CV, my personal statement, my reference. So for my university, I go to Oxford British University, they requested for both academic and professional, but I don't know about other universities if they'll take maybe 2 academic or 2 professionals. Yeah, so that's what I got. I had to write IELTS because I had B2 in my English. So when you have anything not less than C4, you can just, for some universities, they will accept that. Some universities will also accept a letter from your university saying that all your courses were taught in English. Yeah, that's okay. And once you have all the documents required, once you've tailored it down to the city, the living expense, and for some people, maybe family, if you want to stay close to family, let's say you have family members in the UK and you like to stay close to them, that can also be an option you might want to consider. It depends on you. Once you finish tailoring everything down and you think you know the schools you want to apply to, 4 or 5 schools is all right. You can apply to 4 or 5. I think my school, they go back to me like 2 weeks. They usually get back to people early. They go back to me in 2 weeks, and they were like, oh, we're inviting you for an interview. I know for occupational therapy, you have to do an interview, because the 3 schools I applied to, I was invited for interview in the 3 of them. No one said, okay, you already have the admission without an interview. I was invited for an interview, and for Oxford Brookes, it was written and virtual interview. The written one, I think we were given like a clinical condition, and then we were asked questions regarding the clinical conditions and how an occupational therapy would come in, how an occupational therapy would advocate for the client. Just a few things. It's not so hard, and it was even written. We didn't have to type, we had to write it and then scan it. And then the next one was I think it was 2 days. We had to submit it 2 days before the actual virtual interview. During the interview, the questions, to be honest, is something, once you just read about interviews, it's something you can get your hand on. It's mostly about your communication skill, how you work in a team. In school, half the time you'll be put in groups, so they would like to see how you work in a team. Are you able to work in a team? Just a few questions, and yeah, if you scale through during the interview, they will now send you conditional offer. I had conditions to meet on my offer, example, to pay the deposit. I think it was just deposit for me, but I know for some universities, that's where the English language comes in. They would like to see your proof of English language and a few other things, but mine, it was just to pay my deposit. So when I paid the deposit, and I got, was it deposit? Yeah, when I paid the deposit, I was now offered the unconditional offer. I think it was to pay deposit. It was to also send them To be honest, I can't remember. I'm just talking anyhow because, guys, I'm new to YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing. But if there are things I miss and you'd like to ask, just send comment down below and I'll reply to the comment. If you meet the conditions of your offer, the next thing is to get an unconditional offer, which means, oh, you have the admission. The next thing is for you to get your CAS. And then if you get your CAS, that's how you move from there for your TB test, your visa application. These ones are not peculiar to occupational therapy. These ones are just something everyone will have to do if you're applying to study in the UK. Yeah, but for occupational therapy, I think the most important thing is in your CV, that you tailor your CV down to your healthcare experience. It can be volunteered work, it can be NGO, just something that showed that, oh, you've actually cared for someone and what piqued your interest to study occupational therapy. You can be you cared for your elderly parents, but I know they would like to see a healthcare experience. And yeah, but guys, just comment down below the kind of videos you'd like to see in the future, what you like, and if it's something I can deliver on, why not? I'll do it. If you have questions about occupational therapy, I'm always here to answer. Just send the comments and when I have the time, I'll know how to answer. Yeah, I hope to see you in my next one, guys.